Sometimes when we're reading, we come across unknown words. So they're words that we don't know how to pronounce them, and sometimes they're words that we don't know the meaning of them. So let's talk about two attack strategies that you can use when you come across these unknown words. So take a look at the sentence that's on the screen and try to read that sentence out loud. Okay, so when you were reading that sentence out loud, there was probably a word that you came across that might have been harder for you to say. You didn't say it very quickly, or it might be a word that you just don't know what it means. You could pronounce it, but you just don't know what the word means. If this was the word that you had trouble pronouncing, or you just don't know what it means, that's okay, because there are many times that we come across texts that we just don't know the words. So one of the ways that you can help yourself to pronounce that word, to say it correctly, is by breaking the word into syllables. So as you can see, I have broken this word into syllables. And so you can do that by covering up part of the word with your finger, or you can do that by drawing a line through it if it's on a piece of paper that you're able to write on. So I have broken up this word into two syllables. It is a two-syllable word. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sound out each syllable. So I've divided it into two parts, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sound out each part. So I know that EN makes an N sound, and the DURE is dur. So if I were to put those two sounds together, I would say endure, endure. So reading this sentence out loud, I could not endure or put up with the cold weather. So that is one strategy you can use to help sound out words that you just know are not correct. You want to divide them up into syllables, sound out each part of the word, and then put it all together. So another strategy that we can use is to help us determine the meaning of these unknown words, because if we can't pronounce them, sometimes we don't know their meanings either. So we want to look for context clues, which are clues around the word in the text that can help us to determine the meaning. So looking at this sentence, I could not endure or put up with the cold weather. So I'm trying to figure out, what is the meaning of endure? Well, in this sentence, there are some clues. I could not endure or put up with the cold weather. So I'm going to guess that endure means to not be able to be able to put up with something. So I can't endure that cold weather. I can't put up with it. So that would be the meaning of endure. And often when writers write texts, we can use the context clues around those unknown words to help us determine the meaning. We can always check if we think we know the meaning of the word. We can always check by using a dictionary. So dictionaries are a really great tool that can help us to look up the meanings of words if we want to double check if our meaning that we've determined using context clues is correct. So let's go ahead and take a look at some other unknown words. So go ahead and read this sentence out loud. Try to use the strategy, if you can't pronounce any words in this sentence, try using the strategy of breaking it apart into syllables. All right, so if you said that the word that is highlighted and underlined on the page is the one that was a little unknown or tough, you either couldn't read it or you didn't know the meaning. This is an unknown word. So first we need to be able to pronounce it correctly. So the way that we do that is you break it apart into syllables. So this unknown word has 3 syllables. So I'm going to sound out the 3 different syllables and then I'll combine it together. So I have R-E, so re, S-E-M, sem, and B-L-E-S, which is bulls. So resembles, resembles. So this word resembles is how I would pronounce it. I've broken it apart into 3 syllables, sounded out each syllable, and I've blended them all together to pronounce the word as resembles. Now, resembles, again, is another word that's kind of tricky. I'm not sure if I know the meaning of that word. So let me read the sentence and see if there's any clues around the word that can help me. The boy resembles or looks like his father. So I think the clues looks like help me to determine the meaning. That resembles probably means that you look alike. Again, I used clues to determine that meaning. If I wanted to make sure my understanding of that word and its definition are correct, I could always use a dictionary. So remember, when you come across unknown words in a text, try using these 2 strategies to pronounce the word correctly and to try and determine its meaning.